Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our live session today, The Journey Home. Hey, David, how is the UK this evening? Hi, Gwen. Hi, Peter Brooke. Good morning, Peter. How are you? Talk to me, my friends. Hey, Jack, you're here. So I was just thinking of you like 20 minutes ago. It's like, I wonder when I'll see Jack again. So nice to see you. Hey, Gwen, good to see you. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday or Thursday if you live in the future. Cheers. Delicious. I love water. Good, David. Hello, hello. Yay. Joanne's here. Hi, Joe. Aw. I'm great, Jack. I'm doing really well. I'm feeling even better than I'm doing. Thank you for asking. Good morning, Joanne. So good to see you, too. Wonderful, wonderful. Happy to be here with friends, and I'm excited for today's session. I think it's been, didn't look, but I think it has actually been over a month since I've had a live. Yeah, my last one was December 26th. Isn't that crazy? It's a long time. How's the music? Everybody hearing the music okay? Do I need to turn it up or down? Up. A little bit up for David. Okay, let's see. There we go, and I'll turn it down for myself. Awesome. Yeah, I know, right? So Joanne is one of my helpers with a special feature for my newsletter called Questions for the Council. So we got to see each other for that. And then we had the Celebrate Love Festival. Festival? Why am I calling it festival? That's an old name that I used 20 years ago for something. The Celebrate Love Party at early January. Oh, Gwen says I watched the December 26th on YouTube yesterday. It was amazing. Oh, yay, good. That's right. All of these go online, so if you ever miss one, they're all up on my tube of you. Yes, and we have the new questions for the council coming soon, which Allison is going to be the helper, it looks like. Very cool. How's everybody? What's going on? How have you been this last month? How is your 2025? How are you feeling? How is your journey, your path going? How are your days unfolding? Are you ready to take the journey home? Life's good here, David. Been really loving my job. I've been affectionately calling it my dream job, which it really is. And yeah, just been living in my own beautiful, happy bubble. And I'm excited for all the great things that are happening in 2025. How do you guys like my beard? I actually got sick of my hair, so I shaved it all off. I didn't like how it was looking in live streams, so I just shaved it all down. You can't quite see it as well with the virtual background, but I'm doing what's called a chin strap with a little bit of a, yeah, a little bit of a whatever. It's harder to see on video. Hey, April, good to see you. Gosh, April, it's only going to be a few months until you're 1 year retired. That's so cool. Thanks, Jack. I think it looks great too. It looks much better in the mirror than it does on the live stream. Gwen says it's going very well for me. Every once in a while, I look at the news and get scared. I try not to do that. Yes. Yes, indeed. As my sister says, go on a news diet. That's what she's doing right now. Thanks, April. How you been, dear? What's going on? Enjoying your retirement still, I hope. In fact, you probably don't even think about being retired anymore. It's been so long. Joanne says, Gwen, I never watch news anymore. If I need to know something, it will come to me. I'm with Joanne on that, 100%. Now, when I was living, for those of you who remember Marty, when I was living with her, she loved watching CNN. So I got exposed to the news a lot, but often I would choose to come upstairs for meals when it wasn't on. So, but these days, you know, I'll share with you my favorite new quote. So Bashar said this in a video, and I'll type it out after I say it. Somebody was asking them if in his society they ever get upset, or if they ever get scared or worried or whatever. And he said no. He said, we know that we'll know what we need to know when we need to know it. And that just like hit me like right here, heart and mind. And it blew my mind open because I've never heard it said that way, but it's like it totally encapsulates, it's the epitome, not the epitome, it's the essence of trusting how life works. Trusting the mechanism of life, trusting the universe, trusting synchronicity, whatever you want to call it. It's just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to write that out for you guys. Oh, April, I'm glad you're grateful. Hey, Rhonda, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know. I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. If you're struggling, if you're obsessing about the future, if you don't know, if you feel like you don't know, try practicing this as a daily affirmation. I know that I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. How's Rhonda? How are you, my friend? Going with the flow. Indeed, me too. Every day, one day at a time, going with the flow. I'm excited for today's session. We are focusing on the theme of home. Rhonda says she looked at the water today and it said to go with the flow. I love that. Aw. Lots of fear in San Antonio because things are going down there. Yes, the fear is a reaction. Another thing that I've been really taking to heart lately is what happens is far less important and significant, in fact, not significant at all, compared to how we respond to what happens. So, when you get caught up in the fear, when you start getting concerned and worried about anything right now, just remember that the specifics of what's happening are not important, but how you respond to it is. So who's been thinking about home other than me? I've never been to San Antonio. I hear it's a lovely city. I need to go. For some reason, I've never been interested in Texas. It's weird. Yeah, Gwen says, empathy self is feeling it. Yes, indeed. There's a lot to take to heart right now. Peter Brooks says, may you be safe and well, Gwen. Yes, and safety, wellness to all the people who are scared for their well-being right now. We can't really speak to their path. We don't really know how the current events are intertwined with their actual path. But what we can do is return to our hearts and know that they too, whoever they are, whether they're people causing the effects or people receiving the effects, we know that they are divine beings. We know that they are beautiful and amazing souls that have come into existence at this time for a specific purpose, whatever that is. And we know that their very spirit and soul are indestructible no matter what happens in their physical life. So when we can return to that and remember that for ourselves and then send that out compassionately to others, we do not have to be scared or worried for them. We can have empathy. We can feel the ouch in our hearts for them, however you want to put it. But we do not have to invest in the fear and the worry and the concern, because this is all the synchronicity of life unfolding to whatever the highest and best purpose is in the long run. In the near term, it could be scary, it could be tragic, it could be worrisome, but it doesn't need to be. We can respond from a higher place. Not even a higher place. We can respond from our heart. You're going to Turkey in May, David? That sounds amazing. Where? Istanbul? I've heard it's quite an amazing city. Home, Rhonda says. Yes, indeed. Home. Cool. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Everybody ready? So today's format's a little bit different, although it will be familiar to the folks who come and gather together on our monthly Zoom sessions. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go on an energy journey, heart wisdom energy journey, focused on the theme of home. I have some cool stuff going with the theme, and I'm really excited to see what unfolds. And then afterwards, we'll have a small little break to gather ourselves, and then we'll have a special message from the Council of Seven about the journey today. So that's kind of how it'll be. We're not going to be taking any questions. We might answer questions. We'll see what happens. But that's sort of the plan for the session today. So I am really, really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for being here. And let's just begin. Keep your eyes open, feet flat on the floor, and just take a few deep breaths in through your nose. And then exhale gently and slowly out your mouth. So. One more. And then just gently begin to look around the room that you're in. And keep your heart and your mind open. And what you're looking for is the opportunity to notice any particular object or feature in your room that brings you, reminds you, instills in you a sense of home. And when you find an object, you see it, just take a moment and be the mindful observer of it. Reflect on the ways in which, I'm looking at my favorite pillow. Reflect on the ways, it's my favorite pillow. Reflect on the ways in which this object reminds you of home. What the object brings to mind related to home. And pay particular attention to how you feel when you look at this object and you consider and observe the connection that you have to it and to home. And just absorb it into your heart. Take it into your heart. Acknowledge its preciousness to you, this object, the connection to home that you have with it. And then simply, either with a mental or a physical nod of appreciation and love, say thank you to it and continue to look around the room until you find another object, like my favorite water bottle. Be the mindful observer of that object. Take in how it looks, its shape, its color, its size, and paying particular attention to how it makes you feel about home. When you see it, does it bring joy to your heart? Does it bring a sense of peace, solace, calm, stability? Is there a sweetness to it because perhaps it was a gift you gave yourself, or something that a dear one in your life gave to you, that you connect with meaning, home, with having significance of home? And then with a gentle nod, mentally or physically, nod to it and say thank you in your mind and in your heart. Thank you for the reminder and the connection to home, and continue to look through the room. Continue to look through the room around you. And when you see an object, take it in mentally, emotionally, energetically. Allow it, bring it into your heart. And as you do so, mentally nod in thanks to its presence and its importance to you. And continue to do this a little bit more rapidly as you go, looking at different objects in the room, sensing and feeling the appreciation for them, their connection to home for you. And bring that object energetically into your heart, nodding in thanks and love and appreciation to it. And as you begin to do this, close your eyes gently. And now bring to mind another thought of something, a person, place, or thing that connects you to home. It may not be an object anymore in your room, but perhaps it's a location that you just absolutely love walking to or through, where you feel safe, secure, connected, grounded, stable. Perhaps it is a particular event during a time of year in which your family and friends gather, in which your heart is filled to the brim with the sense of home, belonging, connection, community. And as you bring each person, place, thing, or event to mind, take it into your heart, fully absorb it into your heart, my friends. And as you do so, allow it to continue to absorb into your heart as you move on to the next thought of a person, place, or thing. that feels like home. Perhaps you think of a particular teacher or a live session that you attend regularly, or a particular community event in your neighborhood, or a television show that you love to watch because it just instills this great feeling of calm and the solace and safety of home. As you bring each idea to mind, bring it deep into your heart, my friends, allowing it to absorb, and then move on to the next idea. Continue to just gently and lovingly fill your heart, one object, one thought, one notion of home at a time. Always paying particular note and attention to the quality of feeling that these thoughts of these different people, places, events, and things bring to mind. For it is not the thing itself that is important. The thing is just a catalyst. The person is just a reminder. The event is just a permission slip. It is how you feel in response to thinking of these things that matters. And so allow these feelings to grow in your heart as you add more and more people, places, things, and events into this beautiful container that is your heart space. And as your heart fills with all of these beautiful, and precious feelings of safety, security, love, warmth, solace, calm, rest, peacefulness, as your heart fills more and more, begin to feel yourself floating, buoyed by all of these beautiful feelings. Your heart is acting like a hot air balloon, and it is gently lifting you off the ground, out of the seat that you are in, raising you up slowly but steadily into the sky, passing through the clouds, rising up into the stars. You see above and ahead of you a bright, glowing golden light. It is not a sun, for you see the sun in the distance, you see the moon and the planets and all the stars, but you seem to be steadily rising towards this beautiful glowing light. And as you get closer and closer, you begin to see the shape, the imagery, the outline, if you will, the silhouette of a very large, beautiful structure. It's a gate made out of the most amazing materials, decorated in the most elaborate and beautiful way, a way that is incredibly appealing, calming, and reassuring to you. Some of your favorite colors are present in the design of this gateway. And you can see that the light is emanating from the very space within this gateway. This is a portal, and you are gradually and more quickly arriving at the very edge of this portal. And for a moment, your movement holds steady, and you can take in the entirety of this grand gateway. Perhaps it is shaped like an arch or a door. Perhaps it looks like the beginning of a grand hall. Whatever it is to you, take it in, for you only have but a moment to be the observer of this huge gateway. And you feel as though you are not alone. You feel, you cannot see evidence of it, but you feel as though you are surrounded by many different, incredibly loving presences. And with a sudden whoosh, you feel yourself drawn into the portal in the gateway, and you rush into the light and are immediately absorbed by it. It is far too bright to keep your eyes open, and so you close your eyes, letting go and relaxing into the pull of the energy that is carrying you forward. And after what seemed like just but a moment, you feel yourself being gently lowered until your toes, and then your soles of your feet and your heels touch ground. And you open your eyes and see that you have arrived at what you would describe your most favorite, precious place ever. Perhaps it is a beautiful, enchanted forest, or an amazing, magical beach. Perhaps you are standing on a planet or a moon or a comet. Whatever it is the most amazing, most beautiful, and most welcoming place you could ever imagine being. And as you stand there, just looking around, amazed at how amazing, how beautiful and magical this place truly is, for it is beyond anything you have ever witnessed here on planet Earth. It is truly of another dimension. Look around and be the mindful observer, making note of the vibrancy of the colors, the brightness or the softness of the light, the beauty of the various objects. The blues are a deep azure, the greens are a beautiful verdant green, the yellows are the most vibrant yellow you've ever seen. The shapes of everything have an amazing detail and definition, and yet they also seem to shimmer. There seems to be an energy to every single object in this particular scene. And you note that they're almost all vibrating very, very quickly. You can see little bits of evidence of waves of energy emanating from every single object in the area. And you know that you have arrived in a non-physical place. A place that is pure energy that for the moment has been presented to you as physical objects. For those of you who are musically inclined, you might begin to hear some of the objects' energy waves resonating in a tone. You may hear music in the distance. For those who are more feeling oriented, you may not be noticing any of these things if you are not super visual, but you feel waves of emotion, beauty, joy, peace, calm, love, safety. And before too long, you begin to sense the presence of all the presences that you felt before coming into the portal. And you see, scattered around you, but walking ever so gently towards you, all of your guides. They have assembled for this very special day to come and join you in this very special place. For they are part of home for you as well, Perhaps not so much your physical home, but the home that lives within your heart. There are multitudes of them, and they begin to form circles around you, reaching out to lovingly touch you, laying a comforting hand on shoulder, elbow, middle of your back. You feel their love. You feel how much support they are offering, even just with their eyes and their smiles. You hear a soft whisper on the wind. You are always and forever deeply loved, and you are always and forever home with us. My friends, take these words in. You are always and forever home with us. Every single one of your guides reaches forth in unison and either places their hand on the front of your heart or on the back of your heart, and you feel the gentle but loving pressure on the front and back of your heart chakra. It is not hard, it is not forceful, but you feel the presence, the pressure, the weight, if you will, of hundreds of hands. You can feel that on your front of your heart chakra and on the back. And it feels as though you are being activated on a deep, deep level. You are feeling so much right now. There are no words to describe the energy, the wisdom, the support that your guides are sharing directly to your heart chakra right now. But just take it in. Continue to open your heart as fully as you can, my friends. And as you relax, you begin to remember all the things you saw in your room that reminded you of home. All the things and thoughts and feelings, people, places, events that you brought up as we began this journey, and you are feeling them swirling and culminating into an amazing, beautiful ball of energy in your heart. And it is like every single guide's hand, every single guide's love and energy is adding to the magnificence and magnitude of this beautiful ball of energy in your heart. There is no other home. There is no other place. For every single object in the physical home that you live in, every single person that you have attached meaning and significance of home to, every single event in which you have felt safe, connected, belonging, community, all of these are simply reflections of everything you already carry in your heart. Use these, my friends, as reminders, tools, permission slips that help you remember that your home has always and forever been with Spirit, with the divine, with Source. For you have come from Source, you are still with Source, and you are always and forever part of Source. You can never, ever be separated from it, for it is your true and essential nature. This very thought may bring a tear to your eye. It may be humbling. You may feel a sense of simpleness, as well as a sense of vastness. Take it all in. Simply be the observer, the witness, the experiencer. For sitting with and acknowledging and being in the presence of what and who you truly are is indeed vast and yet small and simple at the same time. You feel the warmth, many hugs, and as you open your eyes, all of your guides are embracing you or embracing all of them. It is a massive group hug, and you have never felt so welcome, so loved, so at peace, so here. One by one, the guides begin to step away, gradually walking off in various directions until one last guide remains standing directly before you, holding your hands in theirs and looking deep into your eyes. Do you understand, dear one, what we have shared with you today? Not in a sense of words, dear one, but do you understand in your heart of hearts? Very well then. They lean forward and gently kiss you on your forehead, squeezing your hands softly as they do so. And they turn away, beginning to walk out in front of you. And as they do so, they dissolve into the most beautiful spark of light. And when that light disappears, they leave behind a doorway, a simple doorway. There is nothing particularly special about this door, but it is precious to you, for it is the door back to the physical. And you know that it is now time to leave and return to the here and the now, to your body in its present moment, in its present physical state. And you proceed to open that door. And right before stepping through the threshold, you see a scene of the room and your body sitting in it, sitting in the chair, right where you left it. And as always, you are deeply touched by this brief moment of being able to witness yourself in the physical. How calm, peaceful, serene, grounded, and centered your body looks. You can see the wellness running through your body. You can see how brightly your body shines as you consider how important, how essential, and how special this very body of yours has been how it has been of service to you throughout your whole life, how it has been your physical 3D home, the shell, the vessel for your very spirit and soul. And with great gratitude and appreciation for all that this body has done for you and means to you, how essential it has been to your experience of life on planet Earth, you gently and lovingly step back into your body, settling in, settling down, and becoming aware of how your neck feels, how your hands feel, your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your feet, your hips, your belly, your bum. Becoming aware of the chair upon which you sit and the way in which your body is connected to it, is touching it. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Second deep breath in, letting it out gently. And with the last deep breath in, when you exhale, give it sound, give it voice. Stretch where you need to. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. Coming back into the moment, into the here and now. Hello, Carrie. Good to see you, dear. You're welcome, Jack. That was beautiful. It's very precious. No need to, but if you feel like sharing, please do so before we get the message from the Council of Seven. Hi, dear Carrie. Good to see you. See? You see my face now. Carrie wrote me on Facebook Messenger recently, or no, what was it? Discord, you said, I miss your face. Well, here it is. My face is well, as I told you. See? Take a stretch, my friends. Allow yourself time to integrate where we just went. Oh, that was very precious. I always feel just like big, like coming back from a big hug after we go on our journeys. It's just really lovely. Oh, I'm glad Gwen says it was amazing. Lots of shell themes. My last guide is a big white Pegasus. Peter Brook, that's so cool. Rhonda says, as usual, I missed pieces of it. I was in a pine forest. Pine trees keep coming up for me. Then the guides came and I don't know what happened. Hey, Bethany. She says, hi. As I got back into my body, I was impressed to pray Ho'oponopono. That connection to heart was beautiful. Oh, that's lovely, Bethany. Thank you for sharing that. Is Carolina here? Carolina! My sweetheart, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, I'm so glad everybody had a good journey. That was great. I'm really curious now what the council's going to have to say about that, but please do feel free, if you feel so inspired, to share about the journey that you went on. Please take the time to do so now. Yeah, do I say it right? Ho'oponopono. Yeah, sometimes I wonder with some of those words whether I'm saying too many of the syllables. But I got it right. sending love to the individuals involved. Remember, Gwen, to send love on both sides. For we are all deserving of love to all sides. Send love. That is beautiful. Ooh, I can feel them wanting to talk. Fascinating. So, is anyone new? I forgot to ask if we have any new friends that are joining us for the first time today. Anybody new to one of my lives? I don't do as many lives as I used to. Looks like I'll be doing about one a month right now. Bethany, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, thank you is Ho'oponopono. Yes, I love that. Sorry, I forgive you, I love you, thank you. Carrie, yes, it's always 2 p.m. Mountain, which will be 4 p.m. your time. The next one is actually going to be on Valentine's Day. You'll see in my schedule right here. The Journey Through Love. If any of you have happened to listen to my track of that same title, where is it? Journey Through Love to Start Your Day or Help You Sleep. This journey that we're going to be doing on Valentine's Day, February 14th, is based on that same, not so much that track, but the event in which that track came from. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going on a journey through the 3 facets of love. Love as a feeling, love as a force, and love as a field. So this is something that came to me from Source, gosh, almost a year ago now, that I brought into the very first Celebrate Love party that we did early last year. And that's where the track that I have came from. And it's just a really powerful experience that I invite everybody to come to. So that'll be my next IT live. My other lives are off of IT. They're not really, well, they are lives. The Let's Soar Together is a brand new event for 2025. The Celebrate Love Party has morphed into Let's Soar Together. And that's going to be the first and third Wednesday of every month. And everybody's invited. And I'm just going to, because I can never remember what I wrote, I'm going to read you what I wrote to describe it. Come experience meaningful, personal transformation in a supportive, loving, communal space. Join us every first and third Wednesday as we soar together to new heights on our spiritual journeys. Each session starts with a guided energy journey, like what we did today, followed by group sharing about the experience, and then channeled messages based on the individual journeys. Should anyone have questions or need clarifications? Cameras are always optional at my Zoom events. And if you can't attend that particular day, I would still invite you to register because registration includes a replay video. So yes, let's soar together. So to sign up for that, you go to my teacher link here, or just sign up for my newsletter and you'll get notified about those things. But yeah, that'll be the first and third Wednesday of every month. This next month, that's February 5th and February 19th. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Bethany, your second one, wonderful. It's so good to have you back. Appreciate everybody being here. I just love it. Peter Brook's Place was a scene in my favorite childhood book, Dr. Seuss story, Sola Solo. I don't know that one. What is that place like? Hundreds, if not thousands of guides and a lot. Well, of course, Peter Brook, lots of animals for you. You have many different elemental and animal guides, I believe. On My Way to Sola Solo. I don't know that book, Peter Brook. That's so cool. Carrie, just go to my teacher's link. But yeah, I'll send you a link to it. Oh, in your email? Okay. You just have to go to my teacher's link. All my links are there for signing up for things and stuff, so finding out what's going on with me. Cool. All right, I can feel the council wanting to come in and talk about this topic today. So let us proceed and do that. Dear guides and counsels, have one place open me to receive a message from all of us in participation, so that I may be loving to those in attendance lives. We thank you and we love you. Hello, our dear friends. It is always a joy and a pleasure to meet and visit with you, to connect in this way. We welcome you. We love you. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. We can feel that your journeys were incredibly powerful today, and we are so glad that you are indeed, on a heartfelt level, willing to engage on these particular journeys. Today, the topic was the journey home, and this is incredibly essential right now at this time in your lives on planet Earth for this particular reality that you are currently shifting and sorting and spending time in. So, why is this important? It is all too easy right now as the energies on planet Earth begin to shift in the direction of the great expansion, in the direction of the split off, which you may or may not have heard about. There are many different choices and options right now. There are many different ways to look at life, to look at the experience of life. This is a time of choosing. This is a time of choosing what you wish to focus on. And this is a time of choosing how you wish to focus. It is a time of choosing what you wish to believe in, what you wish to think, choosing how you define things. For all of your existence, all of your experience within physical reality has very little to do with what actually occurs physically or what you actually experience physically, and has everything to do with how you experience it, how you respond to it, how you define things, what significance you give to it. Very much so in alignment with how Greg started the journey today, looking around your room at physical objects, things that were reminders of significance of home. But as the journey progressed, you found that as you went on, you did not need or require the physical objects as catalysts or reminders, for you carried with you the feelings, the experiences, and the qualities of home. And when you arrived at your most precious and beautiful place, herein with all the magical, beautiful energy and your loving team of guides who surrounded you and imbued your heart with extra energies, knowings, unfoldings, hint, hint, wink, wink, more to come from that experience. As they were touching your heart and awakening parts of you, they were attempting to help solidify your connection with your true home, which is your heart and your spirit. And why is this important? You can already probably guess what we're going to say, but it is indeed important because during this time of choosing, it will appear around you as though chaos is ensuing. This is not what is happening. We assure you, all is well. All is unfolding in divine right timing. All is unfolding exactly as it should. Do not be caught up, our dear, dear ones, in how things look right now. Take a moment when you find yourself witnessing, experiencing, hearing about something in which you may react about how it looks. Take a moment, take a pause, take a break, return to your home in your heart. Return to the safe place Whether it looks like what it looked like today in the journey or looks somewhat different does not matter, for energetically it will always look the way you need it to whenever you visit it. But return to that place of solace, to that feeling of solace, and then connect. Connect, our friends. Connect to the all that is. Connect to the divine wisdom that is always and forever accessible to you, and never accessible by observing what is. For when you look upon what is and you see and note tragedy or chaos, despair, difficulty, fear, struggle, what you are experiencing, what you are noticing, what you are witnessing is the 3D, three-dimensional, three-density physical experience of what's happening. But when you reach out into, connect with the divine, to tap into the universal wisdom and knowledge of the intertwinings, the circuitry, the synchronicities, all the different gears and wheels that are spinning to advance the evolution of humanity on your planet today, then you will begin to see that there is much more than meets the eye. You can only do this from your place of true home. You can only do this when you let go of anything in your life that you are witnessing and attaching negative significance to. How do you know if you have attached negative significance or meaning to something? Simply by the way it feels. If you are looking upon or witnessing something in you or in your life and it is feeling heavy, weighty, down, scary, fearful, saddening, this means that you have created somewhere at some point in time and space, but in your mind, in your being, an association, a definition, a significance of this particular thing being wrong or bad. And we assure you, everything in your life is good. It may not feel good, but that's because of the definitions and beliefs that you have created around that. But when you begin to see it as a stepping stone, as having an integral and vital purpose, place, essence to the unfolding of your life, not to mention all other lives, then you will begin to see the grand picture, and maybe not see it in its entirety, but as long as you can tap into and feel it, just the knowledge that there is a grand picture. Now, we do not say a grand design, for everything is unfolding based on the choices that you all make on your planet. But there is a grand picture. There are certain aspects of what is going on that is inevitable. And you know, by looking at nature, looking at the cyclical nature of nature itself, you know that all is well. When you look upon your favorite tree in your yard or neighborhood, and you see during the fall that it begins to lovingly and gently drop its leaves, when you look and see your favorite fruit tree dropping its fruit, and then in the depths of winter, you see that that very same trees no longer have leaves, have seemed to stilled to almost death. And then again in spring, new buds begin to form. You see the hint of the soft green of these new buds of life. And then, but a few weeks later, leaves have sprung forth from these buds, and the forest and trees itself are full of color again. You have seen this many, many times, and yet you have not stopped to weep for the tree. Why is this? Because you trust and you know that the tree is following its natural cycle of existence. And you know that the tree will be well. Now, were the tree to take rot and need to be removed or cut down or eventually fall, there may be a moment of sadness or a moment of reflection and missing of the tree, missing of the presence of the tree, but you also know that as the tree itself falls, decaying onto the ground, it feeds the earth. It feeds the other plants. It houses the smaller critters and creatures, protecting them from the elements. It serves its purpose. It fulfills its role, even as a dead tree stump. So if we take this example of nature, if we take our reflection and observation of nature deeply into our hearts, the knowledge of the cyclical nature of life and the knowingness that all is well, then there is no need to succumb to fear. Now, this still will happen. You will feel experiences of fear, of worry, of concern, just noting and witnessing. This is because you are compassionate, heartfelt beings who care. When it comes to caring, our invitation and suggestion to you is that you first and foremost care about your own vibration, care about identifying, digging into, sorting through, sifting through any beliefs or definitions that you may have created about anything in your life. This is truly the work at hand right now, and as you do so, you can identify them, see how useless they are to you now, how they have served you in the past, but how you no longer need them and you can let them go. The very act of identifying an old belief, recognizing it as having outlived its usefulness, and in some cases recognizing it as ridiculous at this moment for where you are, as who you are today, that in that very moment you let it go. So as you look around you, as you consider your own personal experience of whatever it may be, your body, your friends, your family, the world at large, whatever it is you are observing, remember that you are just looking through a glass. It is just an experience in this moment of time. And if it is serving the purpose of bringing you deeper into your heart, this is a good thing. Whether it is through compassion or sadness or the sensing of others' tragedy, it's all well and good. For it is no different than the leaves of the tree, or the tree becoming a log or a stump. We hope these words make sense and inspire you. You are doing amazingly well on your path at this time. We are always watching out and looking over for you. We communicate with your guides so that they may share messages with you. Your guides are always communicating with you. If for some reason and some moment you succumb to despair, remember that they too are your home. You can always turn to them, be they animal, element, angel, ascended master, or simply a being who you know but don't know who it is. The last thing we wish to share with you is to just remind yourselves that who you are and where you are in this moment is enough. There is no need for striving extra hard, for pushing, for prying things, for forcing things to happen, for insisting on things being different. Source itself and all that is does not sit aside idly insisting that things be different. It does not even sit aside, for everything that is happening is Source itself. Everything you are experiencing in your own personal lives is of Source. Make peace inside yourself with those parts of you, those parts of life that may be uncomfortable. Investigate what kind of stepping stone they can be for you, for without their existence, you have no stepping stones to who and where you want to go. Know that you are being divinely guided and divinely supported at all times, in all ways, even if you cannot see it with your eyes or think of it with your mind. This is why returning on the journey home to your heart is the most essential thing you can do at this time. Thank you for your presence here today. Thank you for being part of a community that cares and loves very deeply. And thank you for being yourselves. We love what you are, who you are, and what you are doing, and every day we celebrate you. We wish that every day you celebrate yourself as well. And so we will leave you with much love and much thanks. Until next time we speak again. Hi. Oh, I missed Jack saying goodbye. Later, Jack. Carrie says, do not listen to the noise of the world, just be. Yes, indeed. Peter Brook is listening to the ocean in my shell. Yeah, I have felt lately like I'm living in my own little bubble, and you know what? Some people might think that's a bad thing, but I'm happy. So, by my being happy, I keep my vibration in a good place, and it may be a bubble, but it is a beautiful bubble. It's a happy, beautiful bubble. So, my friends, that's it. You're welcome, Gwen. I feel like that message was definitely for me, she says. I hope it resonated for others as well. Well, if it was only for you, then it served its purpose. It was for all of us. April, you have the power to choose where you put your focus. Indeed. Indeed we do, April. I love that. Peter Brook says, me too, Greg. Chaos swirls around, but I'm happy and calm. Oh, Peter Brook, I'm so glad to hear that. Just a month ago, you weren't feeling that way, right? Definitely for Joanne, too. So, if you are looking for more community, if you are wanting and feeling to go on a deeper level than what we do here in Insight Timer, please come check us out. Our gathering at Let's Soar Together, February 5th and 19th. You can find it all at my teacher link at yaygreg.com. I'm really looking forward to doing it twice a month now. I'm excited for 2025. I have it on good authority, not from the Council of Seven, but from another source, that there are going to be some incredible unfoldings and revealings in the next year or two. So I'm very excited to see what unfolds and is revealed in 2025. Thank you, April, for your donation. Yes, I forgot to mention, my friends, please remember to support your favorite teachers, to all the teachers if you can, whether you're favorites or just one that you enjoyed. There are many different ways to support us. It's not just through donations, listening to our tracks, supporting them off of Insight Timer, however you feel so called to do. We really appreciate any love and any form of love and support that you show us. Your very presence at our lives and listening to our tracks, of course, is also most wonderful. So thank you for being here. I just love having people here. As a channel, if I don't have people to ask questions or talk to from the channel state, I talk to the guides regularly, but it's more powerful and more significant, I think, when there are people like all of you for the Council of Seven to talk to, not just me saying my things. Thank you, Gwen, for your lovely donation, and for your other one I saw come through. Thank you so much for that. Bethany got the phrase glorious unfolding for life. I love it. It's really awesome. Oh, you're welcome, Rhonda. She says thank you, as always, for your guidance. I agree, Bethany. It was for us all. Joanne says agreed with Gwen. Definitely for me. My friends, I love you dearly. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Any questions for me before we go? Otherwise, I'll cut it early. Yay! Thanks, Greg. And Cough 7. Council of 7. Thanks, Peter Brook. I might just shorten it to the 7. I'm not really sure. There are some other people who channel groups called the Council. I don't want it to be confused, but I will ask the Council what they think about their name because they're the ones who gave it. 7 plus Greg equals 8. Wow. Thanks, Rhonda. 8's one of my favorite numbers. So 7. Yes, I do need to ask them, Joanne. Speaking of asking, if you have not signed up for my newsletter and you feel like you want to stay in touch more, find out more what's going on, I invite and encourage you to do so. The reason I'm bringing up the newsletter is because we have a beautiful feature as part of the newsletter called Questions for the Council. If you have questions about anything, like we've got some interesting questions for January that we're going to be recording soon, but it's basically a monthly video recording that I have a helper help me with, and I stay in the channeled state and I answer questions from people who are part of the newsletter. They submit their questions through email to me, and then we get some amazing things coming out of it. So it's really quite enjoyable. So if you have questions about anything, about the universe, about anything, somebody's asking a question this month about a physical condition they're going through. Somebody asked a question. Peter Brook asked a question about the orbs of light, or the little glimmers of light she sees a lot of times on live streams or Zoom calls that she's in. Just fascinating questions. Some people have been asking about, I don't remember all the questions. Anyways, they're a lot of fun. It could be personal. It could be a concept of life. It could be something about anything. You can ask them absolutely anything. So there's an opportunity to do that. Anyways, my friends, I have had a long week already, and it is only Wednesday, so I am going to bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being here. Love you dearly, and I do hope that you have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, either at one of our other events or somebody else's. So I wish you well, and I'll send you off. Much love. Bye.